And so I'll get this sometimes and they'll say, well, I have a dog that sheds and they shed all over the house. How do I keep them from shedding? Okay, this is what you do. There's a new therapy called breed reassignment therapy. What that does is it trains the dog to identify itself. Instead of a breed that sheds, it now identifies itself as a breed that does not shed. Why does it smell like dog in here? Don't know. Client comes in to pick up her dog, sees the dog in the playpen, lets herself in through the gate, and while I'm brushing this dog, he goes berserk. And she says, oh my God, that dog could have bitten me. Well, ma'am, that's why there's a sign on the gate there that says, stack only beyond this point. And she says, well, I wasn't reading any sign, I just saw my dogs. Client says, hey, I didn't get my text messages about my dog the last time. And I said, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I thought for sure I had replied to the same text message that set up the appointment. And he said, well, you did, but that's my wife's phone and she doesn't check or reply to her text messages. They don't brush the dog at home, but they give her bath and her hair curls up and it can't be unmatted without causing her some skin irritation. So I just have to take it short. So this is the third time that she's come in and said this. Well, I want it short, but not too short. Okay, so what does that mean? I am gonna have to take it very short because your dog does not like to be brushed. What is too short? Well, you know, just short, but not too short. I ran into the groomer that owns a shop right up the street, and he says, I have this one client, man, he's so difficult to deal with. I don't know what I'm gonna do. And as he was talking about it, I'm like, that sounds like Mr. Smith. I had him last year. And he said, yeah, that is him. So how did you handle him? I gave him your address. Client comes in, drops off her dog, and she comes 30 minutes early. And she says, I'm gonna need my dog back right away. I have a hair appointment today. And I said, oh my gosh, ma'am, I won't be able to do that because I have other clients ahead of you that I need to get done. If I had known you had a tight schedule at the time you booked it, I could have made arrangements. Perhaps you can call your hairstylist and ask them if you can be a few minutes late. And she says, oh, I don't want to inconvenience them like that. Client comes in today and says, well, I need to get my dog in right away before my vacation this weekend. And I said, I'm so sorry, I am 3 weeks out. I can hold something for you for when you get back. Well, surely you're not gonna make me wait that long. I'm one of your best customers. I mean, I would hate to go somewhere else. I'll tell you where you can go. You can go R-E-S-P-E-C-T and have a nice day. And then he goes, what are those dogs that look like giant hamsters? Those are corgis, Craig. So the client comes in to drop off their dog and they say, well, how much is the groom for my dog? And I said, well, for your specific dog, it's gonna be $60, all included, bath, nails, everything out the door. And he says, oh, well, at the shop I used to go to up the street, they only charged me $30 for both of my dogs. And I said, oh man, that's a really good deal. You know what? Why don't you go back there? Because I can't compete with that price. He goes, well, they're out of business now. People say, you're so lucky you get to play with puppies all day. Yes, I am.
POV, a dog won't stop biting during a groom.
No biting. Nope. Hey, no biting. The devil is busy today. No biting.
So someone wrote on YouTube the other day, is all you groomers know how to do are teddy bear heads? And I'm just thinking, well, you know, when the client says, give me a teddy bear head, I say, absolutely, I'll give the dog a teddy bear head. I don't usually respond to that question with, you know, I can do more than a teddy bear head. That's probably why I've been in business so long. That's right. And Craig told me, he goes, well, every time I post on social media, people are making comments, hey, you know you're not supposed to shave that pug, or hey, I can't believe you shaved your cat. I don't know what to say to them. This is what you say. Mind your own damn business. A client comes in this morning and drops her dog off for grooming, and she says, oh, my husband just passed away today. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry to hear that. She goes, yeah, the coroner's at my house right now, so I can't stay and chit chat. So I'd actually given her a discount for her 3 dogs. Okay, come on in. First time, she brought me all 3 dogs. The second time, she brought me 2, and she goes, it was just too much to bring all 3. The third time, she brought 2, and then I charged her full price. And she says, where's my 3-dog discount? And I said, oh, you get a discount when you bring me all 3 dogs. Well, I'll have to take my business somewhere else then. Bye, Felicia. And he says, I think you've forgotten that the customer's always right. No, Craig, I've not forgotten that the customer is always right. But I think you have forgotten that I will decide if I'm going to do it or not.
Okay, the schedule's out. Let's see. I can work on Wednesday. I have 1 client with 3 dogs and they get a multi-dog discount. Or I can work the day before on Tuesday and I have 3 clients with 1 dog each and they all pay full price and a tip. See you next Tuesday.
So they come in and they said, oh, well, okay, I'd like to get some pricing. I have 3 dogs. I said, okay, what kind of dogs do you have? Okay, it's going to be this much for the type of dog that you have. And she says, okay, well, what's the discount if I bring all 3 of my dogs? And I said, oh, well, the discount works just like it does at McDonald's. You come in with 3 hungry children, you order 3 Happy Meals, you're going to pay for all 3.
Client comes in, pick up her dog, and I said, okay, it's going to be this much for your dog. Oh, okay, my daughter will Venmo you later. No, your dog is ready now. I want my money now. A few weeks later, she says, how come it seems I can't get an appointment with you anymore? Because you can't seem to have my money when your dog is ready. Client comes in today. I just sent out a reminder, hey, don't forget about your appointment tomorrow. And she comes in and she says, oh, you booked it on a Tuesday. And I said, yeah, that's what you said you wanted, was that particular day. Oh no, I have bingo that day. Can you do it on a Wednesday? No problem. This is the next time I have a Wednesday open. Would you like that? Yeah, but I can only come at this time. Oh, well, why? Because I have bingo that day too. Okay, well, I can take them at this time, but you gotta be on time. Well, I might be a few minutes late. Well, then I won't have them ready in time for you to get to bingo. Let's just do a nail trim. Client comes in at 9:30. Oh man, I'm so sorry I missed my 8 a.m. appointment this morning. Hey, you can go online and you can schedule another one. I don't have time today because I'm really busy and I've already moved on to my wait list. Oh, but it's going to charge me again to make another appointment. And I said, well, yes, it is, but it does tell you at the time when you make your appointment, hey, you have 24 hours prior to either reschedule or cancel the appointment and get all your money back. So yes, unfortunately, you will have to pay again. And he says, oh man, that's just not right. And I said, sir, I'm running a business here. I would have this happen 7 or 8 times a week if I didn't have that system in place already. Fine, I'll just go somewhere else.
Client comes in and tells me when he drops off his dog, I'm not very tech savvy. Okay, great. When his dog is done and ready for pickup, I send him a text and I call and I left him a voice message. Hey, your dog's ready for pickup. An hour later, he comes in and he says, I've been sitting out in the parking lot the whole time. And I said, oh, okay, well, I sent you a text message and a voice message an hour ago letting you know your dog was ready. Well, I didn't have my phone on me. Well, how was I supposed to know that? Well, you weren't, but I mean, you could have come and looked for me out in the parking lot. Okay, folks, if you wanted to know the quickest way to get ghosted by your dog groomer, skip the tip. If you love dogs, make sure to subscribe to Custom Groomer right now. I get a text message and the client says, I think my dog got fleas at your shop. And I said, no, that's not possible. And he said, well, how come you think, how do you know that's not possible? I said, because you told me the same thing last summer. And since you told me that, each dog gets a complimentary flea bath all summer long. That's how I know it's not possible.
They're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
So I had to call her and say, ma'am, I'm gonna need you to come pick up your dog because he's biting and fighting and peeing all over the place and I can't groom him. And she says, well, when I took him to PetSmart the last time, they didn't have any problems grooming him while he was on his sedative. I said, well, okay, well, did you give him a sedative today? Oh, no, I forgot. I have this client, a sweet little old lady, she's a grandma, and she says, okay, I'm gonna set up my next appointment. And I said, unfortunately, right now my internet's down, so I can't get access to the calendar. But as soon as it comes back up, I'll set up your appointment and let you know about it later. She goes, oh, okay, well, I'll wait. And I said, well, it's probably gonna be a while. Can I call you in about 3 hours or so and let you know when it's gonna be? And she says, oh, sure. Well, just tell me right now what day it's gonna be so I can put it in my calendar. I had a client come in and they got here an hour late with their dogs for grooming. And they then asked, well, how long do you think it's gonna be? Because I have things to do today. And I'm going, I get it done as soon as I can. I took their dog and I groomed her, but I just thought it was funny that, okay, you come in an hour late for your appointment and then ask me, well, how long do you think it's gonna be? So, I'm a dog groomer. I get paid by the groom, not by the hour. So I have a choice to make. I can choose door number 1, and that is the client that has multiple dogs, but they expect to get a discount because they have 2 or 3 dogs. Or I can choose door number 2, 10 clients with 1 dog each that are willing to pay full price and a tip. Which one should I do?